Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have yet again something from Salomon, one of my top favorite brands. I absolutely love it. Been wearing Salomon boots for most of my serious hikes. Let's open up the box and see what we got this time. These are their newer, yes, Salomon X Ultra. That's already a good start. Pioneer Aero, yes, Aero, my my immigrant accent. Check these things out. So, if you are looking for a good quality hiking shoe, this really probably as good, as good as it gets. Let me tell you a little bit about kind of background of X Ultra. All right, now if you have been subscribed to this channel, if you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing, because a lot of stuff coming besides the reviews. I do the outdoors, hikes, climbs. I do a lot of stuff on this channel. So if you have been subscribed to this channel, you know that my #1 best ultimate survival boot, my best hiking boot, really all around great boot is Salomon X Ultra 3 Mid GTX. And this is pretty much that in a shoe lightened version that is non-waterproof. And whenever it comes to shoes, I am completely fine with the stuff being not waterproof. But let's get into the main review. If you have time to watch the whole review, stick around, because this is not just a regular review. This review is specifically for my ultimate survival shoes section. So if this wasn't just your hiking shoe, but a little bit more serious, something bad happened and now you're surviving in these, would they be good? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin with the criteria #1, comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level of all the boots and shoes that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run and then a 5-mile walk right after, no pauses in between. And then I continue wearing the shoes or boots, whatever I'm reviewing, for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is about 8 hours. Okay, whenever it comes to comfort, this is one of the best, one of the most comfortable hiking shoes that I reviewed on this channel. And I mean, there's so much good things that I want to say about it, but let's be structural about it. First thing that contributes to the comfort level is, of course, the weight. And I'm grabbing my scale over here, and I'll tell you exactly how light these are. And this is size 10. I'm not even going to try to guess the weight. Let's put this on the scale. 12.8. Absolutely fantastic weight. Now, whenever it comes to the boots, like mid-size boots, for example, I always tell you guys, try to find something under 20 ounce. The more under 20 ounce, the lighter it's going to be. Obviously, the lighter your shoe wear is, the more comfortable you feel wearing it. Obviously, because it doesn't slow you down, it doesn't create the fatigue from the weight on your feet. 12.8 is very impressive. No wonder why they're called Aero, right? Like super lightweight, like air. I mean, 12.8 ounces is still weight on your feet, but if you want to be lightweight, this is the way to go. Okay, moving on further, there's a few other things that contribute to the comfort level. One of them is the flexibility of the outsole. As you can see here, it is unbelievably I mean, there's practically no resistance doing that. So as a hiking shoe, you can really use this as a trail running shoe without any problems, because you can run properly without putting any unnecessary stress on your ankles, on your knees. So excellent for trail running as well. Moving on, we have our inner sole, and that's one of the things that I think could have been better in this shoe. Let's see if I can take it out so I can show you exactly what I mean. Check this out. Now, this is their Ortholite inner sole. Ortholite is not unique to Salomon. A few great outdoor brands use the Ortholite inner soles. Basically, it's some moisture weakening technology that prevents the bacteria from spreading, right? You're running, you're walking for extended periods of time, your feet are sweating. Good to have. My only complaint with this is that it is a little bit too flimsy. Now, don't get me wrong, it has decent amount of cushioning, overall it's pretty good, but all this arch support that kind of looks like an arch support and kind of looks like they try to do a heel bed. Really, once you put any weight on it, it's just really a flat piece of foam. All right, so I wish there was a little bit more support in the arch, a little bit better, more defined heel bed, just a little bit more firmness to these parts that supposed to provide the support. Not that bad. Again, it really, a lot of things depend on the fitment, but something for you to keep in mind. Okay, moving further, we have the padding. The tongue is very nicely padded. Some padding in the shaft, but again, not much, still very comfortable. And then going throughout the whole shoe, getting closer to the front, you don't have anything, so keep in mind it's important to get these in the right size, but we will talk about the sizing later. Okay, so overall, comfort wise, excellent. Now again, a lot of things gonna depend on the fitment. Do these shoes fit you the way they should be? Because some people just prefer, different brands for fitment. So keep that in mind. As long as Salomon's fit you right, you're gonna fall in love with the comfort level of these. Okay, so let's move on to the next criterion. It's proofing and protection, criterion number 2. All right, so whenever it comes to proofing, like I said, these are not waterproof. I don't mind at all because these are shoes, and I really don't care for waterproof shoes. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me because the waterproofing clearance is just so low, and it's so easy to get the water in there. All right, I'd rather have something that is not waterproof in the shoes, but that's something that dries fast, because I know I'm going to get water in there. As long as it dries fast, I'm happy with it. Now, whenever it comes to the protection, you do have, it's the same toe cap that you have on your X Ultra 3, on a lot of X Ultras. I think pretty much every X Ultra boot shoe that is out there from Salomon has that toe cap. It's excellent, great on the rocky road. If there's something, flying around, if you're doing some minimal mountaineering, this is pretty good overall as a protection. Keep in mind the top is very, very soft, so don't drop anything. Just saying. Obviously no protection in the ankles, and the heel is reinforced. The bottom is a Contagrip rubber. We will talk about that in the outsole. Okay, let's move on to the criterion number 3, quality and the design features. Now, quality wise, Salomon, like I said, fantastic brand. They know what they're doing whenever it comes to outdoors, whenever it comes to hiking, whenever it comes to trail running. Salomon, I absolutely love them. And you can judge by the Amazon reviews. The link, by the way, for Amazon and also for Salomon website is in the description below. Yes, if you find a good price on Amazon, make sure to check Salomon's website, because sometimes they do have better deals over there. Okay, let's talk about the design features. Lacing system, that's what I talk about in the design features most of the times, and here the lacing system is spot on, exactly what I like. Round, firm strings, excellent stuff. All close hooks. As you can see, there is a metal hook here for reinforcement, kind of going, 3 pairs of fabric hooks, and then 1 ring hook at the very top. No open hooks, which is completely fine in the shoe. It's not a big deal. Overall, the lacing system is good, very easy and quick to tighten it and untighten it as well. Okay, let's move on to the criteria number 4, outsole traction and stability. So whenever I do my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces. I do asphalt, tarmac, sand, wet, dry sand, grass, wet, dry grass, rocky road, trail surface, marble tile, flat shiny surfaces, just a bunch of stuff. Anything I can find, I test. This outsole is one of the best design patterns. I do have to say, in this particular shoe, because it is a little bit on the thinner, for the flexibility, you obviously have a little bit less protection, and also you do have a little bit of less support, because when the rubber is thinner, it becomes a little bit more bendy, okay? If that makes sense. It becomes a little bit flimsier, and that does help with the support on flat shiny surfaces. But if you are doing something a little bit more serious, like mountaineering, rocky road, rocky trail, right? This is a little bit more serious, with an incline, with a decline. You do want a little bit firmer rubber. because you want a little bit better support, better stability, better traction. And with this, you kind of compromise. But again, this is a shoe, this is not a boot, so you kind of have to balance that out. What exactly are you looking for, and what purposes are you going to use this for? Yes, you're saving on the weight, yes, you're adding up comfort, but at the same time, you are kind of losing out a little bit on the traction. But overall, Contagrip is a fantastic quality rubber, and this design pattern is honestly one of the best. The grooves going in two opposite directions, so if you're going uphill, if you're going downhill, you have great traction for the most part. All right, pretty much on everything with this boot. Okay, so let's move on to the criteria number 5 now. Temperature, really quickly. Obviously, this is more for hot weather, 3 season, not for cold weather. Forget about it. Now, in again, it's not waterproof, so you wouldn't want to wear it in the snow or rainy weather unless you're okay with, you know, getting wet and drying out. All right, if it's warm, you can afford that. If it's cold, it's probably not a good idea. Okay, let's move on to the criteria number 6, sizing. These are true to the size, although I would recommend getting half a size bigger than your normal shoe size. Salomons, they do run overall a little bit on the smaller side, and also you want a little bit of extra space here. You don't want to touch this cap, protection cap, from the inside of the toe box. Okay, let's move on to the criteria number 7 now, balance of application. So if this really was your ultimate survival shoe, something bad happened, and now you're wearing this, and now you're surviving, going through different terrains, not taking them off for days, would they be good? So if you are kind of like me, you prefer that lightness, that mobility, that speed, this is a really, really good option. Honestly, if my personal choice was more leaning towards the shoes rather than boots, because I think the best is the most balanced is the mid-size boot whenever it comes to your survival situations. That's why I picked X Ultra 3 Mid GTX. But if you are more leaning towards the shoes, this is as good as it gets, because you really don't need a waterproof shoe. It just doesn't make sense. And I'm gonna try to show you. I got my ruler buried over here in a shelf under. Come on, man. Seriously? Under all my drone equipment. Alright, check this out. So you have only like 3.5 inches of clearance here, meaning that if you step into the puddle that is a little bit over 3.5 inches, that much, if you're going through the creek, through whatever, water gets in, that's it, it's wet. So the whole waterproofing, there's absolutely no point from that whole waterproofing. And now, because it's waterproof, it will take longer to dry up. So you see how it's kind of like, it makes no sense. But if it's not waterproof, most likely it will dry up quicker, just because obviously it's more porous, it's much more ventilated. For comfort, again, a little bit cooler running, a little bit lighter, not waterproof for the shoe. Okay, hope I made my point with that. Let's move on to the very last criterion here, criterion number 8, the price. Currently $110, $109.95 if you want specific. Sometimes you want specific stuff. So price on Amazon, the links are in the description below for Amazon, for Salomon. Like I said, if you see a good deal on Amazon, make sure to check out Salomon website. I have seen like more than 20% cheaper. Sometimes they run those deals on Salomon website. So the links are in the description below. Overall, great price, definitely fair price for a quality of a hiking shoe that you are getting. Is there competition in that price range? Absolutely. There is competition in that price range. Good stuff from Merrell. Excellent stuff from Keen. La Sportiva has some awesome hiking shoes in that price range. Jack Wolfskin. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. So that's why I said it's kind of important to find your personal fitment. If Salomon fits you, that's it. You're not gonna look anywhere else. Like, if I was getting hiking shoes, that's probably either this or something else from Salomon that I would get, because I know the fitment is going to be just right for me. But if Salomon doesn't fit you, well, I have plenty of other reviews on this channel, so make sure to subscribe, make sure to check out other videos, and I'm sure you will find something that you are looking for. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you have any requests for reviews, drop them in the comments below and I will be happy to address them. This was Ultimate Survival Gear. I'll see you guys in the next video.